Namaste. Dear student, today, Jonathan J Crabtree called on Narendra Modi to ban the teaching of British arithmetic. Shri Jonathan says all students up to class 5 should be taught Bharatiya maths in their mother tongue. Only then can India become a Vishwaguru again in mathematics education. Vishwaguru means world teacher, and that is what Jonathan J Crabtree is. Jonathan has investigated mathematics in many languages. He is an independent Australian researcher. So, please pay attention to the following information. Today, we will compare which country can explain basic mathematics better. We will explore explanations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division on positive and negative numbers. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to your maths and mind mentor, Shri Jonathan J Crabtree. Thank you, sir. Please share your fascinating revelations.
Namaste and thank you, Aja. Today we enter the maths matrix and discover how India won the maths war. Welcome to lesson 1.6. I'm Jonathan J Crabtree from Podo.in, your maths and mind mentor. I specialize in mathematical foundations, and I want you to discover the truth they tried to hide. And who tried to hide the truth? It was the British Raj. It was the colonial British Empire that came to India, that came to Bharat, and infected the Hindu culture of science and mathematics with inferior ideas. So the mathematical foundations of ancient India are true, and yet the mathematical foundations of the British Empire are false. And what I'm going to say to you is that 5 Sanskrit shlokas from Brahmagupta are worth more than the entire elementary mathematics education library of the British Empire. Western maths education experts dangerously know enough to believe they are right, yet not enough to know they are wrong. So the maths war is over. India defeats the British Empire. Let's enter the maths matrix. We will be testing the teaching of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So we're going to ask ourselves, do British origin school maths lessons pass the common sense test? And my research and the experience of students around the world is no. British origin school maths lessons do not pass the common sense test. We're going to look at combinations of positive and positive numbers. So we'll look at the combinations of positive 12 and positive 4. We'll look at the combinations of positive and negative, of positive 12 and negative 4. We'll look at the combination of negative and positive, with negative 12 and positive 4, and we'll look at the combination of negative and negative, negative 12 and negative 4. We're going to explore addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division first with positive and positive. And you can see down the bottom, I have a grading system where the math lessons I rate as pass, fail, or absent. So it's no surprise that when we have a positive number and another positive number, that addition is okay. It's explained. I give it a pass grade. Subtraction, I pass the British lessons. Multiplication, I give the British a passing grade. And for division, for positive by positive or positive divided by positive, as they say in the West, I give the British a passing grade. However, when we look at the combinations of positive and negative, the only area I pass the British Empire is positive 12 plus negative 4. Now, even though I give that a pass, they still do not explain it very clearly. And yet I fail the British Empire for their explanation of positive 12 minus negative 4, because they rely on rules like, is it 2 negatives make a plus? Or what do you do with the 2 minuses? Similarly, with multiplication, positive 12 into negative 4, there's no correct logical explanation in the British elementary mathematics curriculum. And as strange as this may seem, the British do not even try to explain positive 12 by negative 4 or positive 12 divided by negative 4. They do not even attempt to explain this after about 500 years of curiosity and exploration and spreading these ideas around the world. They simply cannot explain that form of division. So I mark that not as a fail, but as an absent. And in a later lesson, I'll go into detail exactly why the British, with their models of division, simply cannot explain a division of a positive dividend divided by a negative divisor. So let's explore negative and positive. They do a little bit better with the addition. They pass addition, negative 12 plus positive 4. I give the British Empire a pass. I fail them on negative 12 minus positive 4, and I pass them for the two others in multiplication and division of negative and positive. And when we look at negative and negative, I pass the British Empire for negative 12 plus negative 4. I fail them on subtraction and multiplication, and I give them a pass on division. So when we look overall, I say that British arithmetic fails. If we look, there's a lot of green missing. They fail where the yellow is, and where that grey block is, they don't even try. The explanations are absent. What the teachers will do is ignore the division and start teaching you about multiplication all over again, even though you're wanting to learn about division. So arithmetic fails on the mathematics matrix, and why it simply wasn't built from zero. It was built from ancient Greek foundations in which zero didn't exist and 1 wasn't even accepted as a number. So now let's look at Podometic Bharatiya Maths. And here it's no surprise that in the mathematics curriculum I've developed over decades, all of the combinations of positive and positive, positive and negative, negative and positive, and negative, all of the combination of these integers, whether it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, all of the explanations now have common sense, intuitive lessons available for children in India and soon around the world. So there are no fails, there are no absents, they get a pass everywhere because Podometic passes as it was built from zero by people like Aryabhata and Brahmagupta. So let's end the colonial era child abuse and let's teach Bharatiya Maths. So now that you know how India has won the maths war, I invite your friends to register free at www.podo.in. Thank you for watching this short lesson. This has been Jonathan J Crabtree from Podometic, Bharatiya Maths. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next lesson.